the Humane Society of the United States and the Ad Council.
What's up, everybody? This is your boy Marcellus.
This is your girl Ronnie.
It's Tim Hawley.
And Al X.
And we're coming at you with the KXVS
Morning Show.
Here at KXVS. Broadcasting from Stone Tube Studios is the voice of Stockton.
Hey everybody, good morning. Rise and Shine 209. Here we are again. Your morning show crew at KXVS, the voice of Stockton with Marcellus Flores. And we have a special guest host today, Joshua David from Current Pasone, and then myself, Ronnie, and Alex. So, I don't know, can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
okay?
I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Y'all can hear me?
I can hear you. I'm hearing. I can hear a few
Sweet.
things, so I have a few technical things to take care of. But other than that, I hope everybody had a really great Labor Day. If you guys are following us on Instagram and Facebook, Snapchat, you'll see that we went hiking and did a little bit of rock climbing, and I was kind of open to everybody and anybody who wanted to come along. Wow. So whoever wanted to come along, you were more than welcome to come along. So we had quite a few people go. I think it was myself, my sister, cousin, friend, and then Marcellus. So we all went.
Where'd you guys go?
We went to Big Trees. Oh. And then some of us decided to camp, some of us didn't. So, but it was fun nonetheless. I haven't done that in a while, and it was kind of like a spur of the moment thing.
Right.
So that was kind of funny. But other than that, I don't know. How was your weekend?
It was good. It was really busy. I was getting ready for all the school year to start at our music school. So, we just started our first official day yesterday. It was pretty hectic. But
oh, man, I bet.
Good, yeah.
What school is that?
It's called Zion Academy. It's a K-12 music school. I teach piano there. My dad started it in 97. And and I'm directing it now with my mom and my sister.
And where's it located?
It's it's actually close to Kaiser, like where Tender Donuts is in the West Lane.
By Eddie's Pizza.
Yeah, exactly, right in that area.
Okay.
So it was crazy. We have a record number of signups and everything.
Nice.
So things are looking good.
Yeah. Awesome. And so you teach piano. What is your sister?
She was a student, so she just graduated last year. Now she's teaching a couple of our smaller kids music classes, and she's also one of the administrators as well. Okay, so she handles all the scheduling and booking kids and stuff like that.
Well, there you guys go. You guys are looking to get your people signed up, and what age is K through 12, right?
K through 12.
So the youth that are looking to get into a little bit more music training.
Absolutely.
Zion Academy.
Yeah. And they can come on September 25th. We'll be at Werlo's. Some of our teachers will be performing. And it's free. It's a free show, and 20% of the proceeds there go to the school. So anyone can come and check it out and see what our teachers can do. Yeah.
So first day of school, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you guys taking donations or?
We are. Yeah. Okay. So if you want to come and donate, or if you just want to, even just come check out the music, hang and stuff. Yeah, you could do that too.
All instruments are offered, or?
Say again.
What's offered at the school?
Most instruments, you have piano, bass, guitar, drums, strings, violin, cello, stuff like that, voice, and then we have a theater program and a jazz program too.
Nice. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
No, it's okay. Well, one of our students, our guitar students, is now in the Brubeck Institute. Actually, this year he just started. Yeah, so it's the first time. He lived in. It's the closest to Stockton that we've ever had in the Brubeck. He lived, I think, in Manteca, somewhere close to here. But he's in the Brubeck Institute now for guitar, which is really awesome. But
Sweet.
Yeah.
I know, and so that's actually kind of a cool, I would say transition. So for the students who are working with you guys in your school and your academy can move into UOP.
Absolutely, that's our goal.
A great pair.
Yeah.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Well, I think, other than that, so you guys are getting geared up and getting doors open, getting people in, get everything situated. I'm over here running through trails and I scrubbed a little bit.
Oh, shit.
I got caught by a big redwood.
Oh, no.
But it's okay. It was totally worth it. I had way too much fun to be bothered by a little scrape.
Yeah, I got stung by a wasp too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I
Oh,
did.
shoot.
On my ankle, I was standing next to this tree,
Yeah.
and they were coming in and out, and I guess I covered the little hole. It was like, zzz. I was like, no, it was over with.
How many times? Just once?
I believe it was once.
Yeah.
After that, it didn't really hurt the sting, but
didn't?
it stung.
Oh.
Like afterwards, it started stinging.
swole and stuff?
No, it
You're
didn't
lucky it was
swell.
only one, because usually they'll
Didn't
gang
swell.
up
Yeah,
on-
they'll just like keep going and.
Yeah.
Dang.
After the first one, I started running.
Yeah. Right.
I'm out of here.
That was like funny. I was like, what? And then I saw things flying around. I was like, oh
funny.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stay away from that.
Good
Yeah.
time though. Nature is nice. We she had a friend, and her
Mm.
friend like knows all mushrooms and was
Yeah.
looking
She's
for
Oh, wow.
into
mushroom-
mycology.
yeah, was
She's really
looking for
into
mushroom.
mycology, the Mycology
Oh, wow.
Association. So shout
Shit.
out to you, Melissa. I'm so glad that you went. We camped
Yeah.
out. She really, really wanted to camp. So, of course, I'm game. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
let's do it. So we surely did.
Wow.
Yeah, it
That's
was
awesome.
fun.
That was
and-
cool.
Dang.
Yeah, and she's in the military as well. So I'm getting ready to be out of the Army, but we are both in a medical unit, so I know her from
Oh, wow.
the military.
I was
so
going to ask you how
she's a
long you
medic.
were in the military. I never asked you that.
It'll be 8 years
Okay.
once I'm done, and so I'm ending this year,
Wow.
November.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're in the medical unit.
Medical.
That's
Mhm.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I knew that like you were in the military. I didn't know what or how long or what you were doing.
Yeah,
That's cool.
so I went
Wow.
into the lab. It was either between, so when I started and they told me I could pick a job, they were like, you can either nursing or laboratory technician.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to leave before a particular date.
Right.
So the one that started training was after that date.
Okay.
So which ended up being laboratory, which actually worked out more perfect
Oh,
for me
wow.
anyways.
Wow.
So it was good.
That's awesome.
And you, Alex, how was your weekend?
Weekend was cool. We barbecued, painted some rocks with my niece and nephew.
That's right.
Oh, nice.
So yeah,
How did the
fun.
painting come out?
interesting. I don't think they've painted before. So they wanted to use everything, stickers, glitter, So it was interesting. They picked their own rocks, we cleaned them,
Right.
and then just painted whatever they wanted to. So I'll
Wow.
probably post some pictures later.
Yeah.
I have some. I had to do some editing, but it was fun. It was
Very
fun.
cool.
And then just at my grandma's house for barbecue on
nice.
Monday. You know how that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, barbecues are always nice.
Yeah. Those rocks are awesome. I was working at Weberstown, like cleaning the parking lots for a few months, and I would always see like some Stockton rocks.
Really?
So yeah, I never threw them away. Yeah, I would clean. I'd be like, "Ugh, I'm gonna just leave this one here in the bush. Like, they're nice. They're some of them are like I saw a Dr. Seuss one. I think I kept that one. I was like, that one's really. Like,
Yeah, if you go on the Facebook page, there's some serious.
The real
Yeah.
people.
And
get
they're
real serious about
elaborate,
it.
right?
Yeah.
I know they're
Like,
shellacked.
wow.
You have a lot.
Right.
They have like
Like a finish on
They
it.
even found like a
Yeah.
shimmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like wow.
They really do. They go to lengths, and then
Yeah.
they're starting to buy a little bit more fancier paints and all the stickers with the little gem type
Yeah, yeah.
things. And I think it's cute. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, you guys. I don't go rehide them. I keep them because it's like artwork.
Right.
So I just keep.
Yeah.
I have this. I have Stockton Rocks artwork pile. So it's like
And
a
you're-
pile of rocks, but they're painted rocks.
Right.
And I just think it's a cute little
Yeah,
collection.
those are cool. I mean,
Yeah, Stockton Rocks is pretty cool. I wonder if any other city does that.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty unique.
it's pretty nice. Yeah,
It
it
is.
is.
It's pretty
I don't know. Yeah,
pretty
I've never seen it anywhere else.
I think
before.
it's
Yeah.
I don't know if a city does it, but I know there's a few people out there that sell them. Like they just do it as a job.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like seriously.
Wow.
Like I saw Beauty and the Beast one that could be.
Wow.
I seen one on the
I think they're selling for like
Beauty and the
40
Beast on the
bucks.
website
Wow.
on
If I see
Facebook.
rock.
Some people on there can draw, man.
Man.
It's like,
Yeah.
But they're
Yeah.
loving it because it gives them the opportunity to be creative and
Oh,
to
yeah.
share that art,
Yeah.
Right,
spirit with the youth. Like,
Right.
and finding something so simple and fusing it with nature is even better, of course, because
Mm-hmm.
who doesn't love nature?
Right,
So you have
right.
nature and you're just kind of like, yeah, it's just something you don't have to go buy a canvas. You can teach them about like the small paintbrushes, the different types of paints, the bigger
Yeah.
paintbrushes.
Different
and,
mediums,
And
yeah.
they're
Yeah.
learning fine motor skills, large motor skills. All around, it's just a really good activity for the youth, and it's a good bonding time, and getting that spirit of art, fostered, and that's always
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
art
Yeah,
is
yeah.
great.
And hopefully they're whistling while they work. Put a little
Yeah, yeah.
music to it. Put a little music to it.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
I mean, and for a city that's always hampered down with bad news and and bad publicity. This is anytime you talk to somebody about Stockton Rocks, either they're from here or not from here, they get interested, and it's a good conversation. Starter. So it's it's a good positive thing for this city. As we move forward, did you guys have barbecue? Was only one? I mean,
No, I didn't.
We did this year.
We grilled like
mushrooms.
Oh, we did.
Marshmallows?
Yeah, my friend did find some edible mushrooms, and they didn't grill them. I didn't try it. I was a little nervous, but they tried it.
It was good.
It was good?
It was
They
good.
tried
Yeah,
it.
she was like we were hiking every little steps, She'd be like, "Oh, mushroom spotted,"
Right.
And then I started looking for them. I was like, okay,
Right.
That's a big business.
Yeah,
It's a big business.
Yeah, morels, chanterelles, they're very good to find
I've seen
out there.
so many
but
different
they're-
mushrooms.
For real?
so
I didn't even know it was that.
Exactly. Like
Thousands
I'm walking
of
past it.
species.
She's digging. Bloop,
Yeah.
bloop. She's showing us, this mushroom, that's mushroom, this one. And
Right.
We found like probably over 10 different species.
Wow.
Yeah, she likes
Dang.
to catalog them and identify them, which is really good because a lot of people in the Mycology Association do that. And so they actually have conventions where they go out and then a whole bunch of people will gather
Yeah,
and then they'll
pretty
all
cool.
go out looking for mushrooms
was
and whatever
pretty
ones that
cool.
are edible that they can keep,
Wow.
they'll all bring them back and they'll come back and cook them. And since
Right.
her husband is a chef,
Yeah.
usually he'll get down on the grill and
Right.
cook all the mushrooms for everybody, like
Wow.
sauteed, marinated, whatever it is that they do,
Yeah.
and then they all just feast on
One
what
of
they
the
find.
one of the shows I watch that I've watched in the past, Bizarre Foods with Andrew Zimmerman. He just goes around different countries looking at different types of foods and stuff. And he was in Oregon with this mushroom guy. They called him the Mushroom King,
Right.
something like that. He just goes out there and just finds all these different mushrooms and then comes back and sells them. Some he sells for like a couple hundred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he came out with one that he used for coffee. He just ground it down, soaked it a little bit, just like coffee, and it had the same kind of consistency and taste. And they're just out there for free. I mean, it's
Natural.
yeah.
Wow.
Do you take the time to learn that stuff? 'Cause, I
Right.
mean, another source of food.
Yeah, they're pretty fascinating too.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of. Like,
Fungus is very interesting.
Yeah.
It grows in so many different shapes, form, and fashion, colors, textures.
Right.
It's absolutely interesting how and what causes them to grow like that. But
Yeah.
And then they have their many uses. So if you were like lost and you're like, oh man, I got this. I'm hungry.
Right,
you got your
right.
mushrooms you can eat.
True.
Right.
You got
Right.
your mushrooms that'll help.
you don't.
That you can
Skin and
use
stuff?
for
Wow.
different things. So I thought it was pretty cool how she
Wow.
was searching it.
Shoot.
I used to play a game, and it was like a survival game, an app on Islander one.
Yeah.
And you'd have like people that you would send fishing. And then you'd have like your researchers, and you'd send them to do stuff,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they'd find you mushrooms.
Right. Wow.
They'd find you mushrooms.
Right.
Like you send them off to research, and they'd
Yeah.
find you like different things.
Wow.
To eat and survive.
Yeah, and-
Wow. That's an interesting game.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll find you mushrooms. They'll find you like
Plants or something.
yeah. They'll research basically.
Wow, that is interesting.
Is that Oregon Trail?
I thought you were talking about real life for a
What
second.
is it
So, no,
called?
dang, that's,
I'm
what's
I'm
is it an app?
curious.
You remember that?
It was an app from a long time ago, but I'm sure they
Yeah.
have something similar to it.
What
Yeah.
was it called though?
Island Survivor.
Oh, I'll
And
look
it's like 8 people trapped on an island. You have your certain people like, okay, she's gonna be my researcher, he's gonna be my builder, and this can be my hunter, and then you send them off on their tasks.
Wow. Dang.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
And
kind
then
of cool.
That's a trip.
Go
Yeah.
team, go.
Yeah.
Let's get it. Well, we didn't expect that it would be raining anytime soon. But while we're up there and heading back out,
Oh, no.
it sprinkled
It
and
rained.
rained.
Nice.
That wasn't in our weather before.
It had to be a little bit of good surprise. Or you
Yeah,
just-
it was. It
I
was.
mean, coming from what were we, 110?
We were
112?
triple
It
digits
was
for a while.
so
Yeah.
nice because
112
it
was.
was
It
a
was
really
110.
nice day, and then the next day was nice. We woke up and then cleared all the camping grounds
Right.
that we were in, and then went down for rock climbing in the river. And then it was overcast and gloomy, but it didn't seem like it was gonna rain really.
Right.
But as we were leaving the campgrounds and leaving the whole park itself, we just saw a few sprinkles, and I was like,
Was it
wow.
pretty cool? Like, the
was
entire
still
time,
humid.
or was still? Oh, really?
It was still hot.
Oh, wow. Wow.
It wasn't too bad though. And then
Yeah.
when we got by the river,
Yeah.
oh man, that was awesome because the water's brushing so
Oh,
cold,
yeah.
so it's giving you a little breeze.
Yeah, a little.
I'm like,
That's awesome.
yeah, it was fun. That was my first time going camping.
Oh, okay. Yeah, camp. Yeah, I've only camping once too.
Yeah, like that, like actual national park campground.
That's tight.
What's your takeaway? Doing it again?
Yeah.
Oh,
definitely.
Yeah? Oh, nice.
Definitely doing it again.
It's a whole different vibe.
Now the one where we were, it was like a party of people, like families and stuff.
Right,
We were listening to conversations like, oh, like there's this one group behind us, and there's girls talking like, he's like a brother to me. Oh my god.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
That conversation.
And like, oh, do it. You know, the girls talking, and I'm like, oh my god, campground rumors,
bedroom conversation.
Yeah, right. And then
campground conversation.
Right.
In the morning time, waking up, there's like kids playing, and I just remember their parents being like, no competition. We have no winner, no loser. Like,
kids are all chanting, we are the winners. We
Yeah.
are the winners. And then one of the other kids is, you are the losers. And then so the parents just chimed in, there are no winners and no losers.
No.
I thought,
yeah, like boo. I remember.
No.
I specifically remember booing from my tent, like boo.
Yeah.
Like boo.
Absolutely.
It was.
Man, but
because, you think about it, like, it's healthy competition. Let them, work it
yeah,
out.
Yeah. I mean, let them learn from their, if they lost or be, feel accomplished if they win.
But
exactly right.
Yeah.
Next time,
how to learn how to lose. You got to learn how to lose gracefully.
Absolutely.
Some people have a hard time losing, and they just won't have it,
Yeah.
and then they go to lengths and they get real ugly. So.
Oh, absolutely.
I call those sore losers.
the parents probably knew it was coming. Like, we have a sore loser. Look.
Right. Let's just.
We're gonna stop it right here.
No more competition.
But no, next time we go, I'm definitely gonna have to bring some meat and grill.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have that.
Oh, you guys didn't have any of that stuff.
No. We had marshmallows and.
Did you camp overnight, or you just stayed
overnight?
Oh, okay. Yeah, you gotta bring some
bare minimal too overnight. We were smelling other people because we didn't bring anything.
Oh no.
I was like, we didn't bring pot pans. We didn't bring anything, like no coolers. We were really not expecting to really truly stay because it was kind of like let's get there and see if they have anything because we had looked and it said that they were booked, and so last minute we got one.
Wow. Where is this located? It's not like
up Highway 4 past.
Oh, okay.
It's up Highway 4 past Arnold, past Murphy's.
Okay. Okay.
Calaveras.
Yep, we
nice.
Stopped at this apple place and we got apple cider from.
Oh my gosh, the most red apple.
Wait, not apple.
Dude, not
Apple Hill. Was it?
Like it's dirty.
Was it Apple Hill? What was it?
I think it was Apple Hill. I want to say.
Apple Hill? Is that on the 4? I think so.
It's just like a little stand.
Oh
like,
no!
It's not a stand, but it's like a little, like a bakery.
Okay.
Yeah, they have.
Okay. That's different at that.
And everything was just fresh. I mean, they had berry pies, apple pies, peach pies. They had, and everything was just so fresh. And then tons of fruit on the end and all kinds of homemade honey. Oh, it was amazing.
Ooh.
Yeah, I want to go back to the mountains.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Bring some more people.
Yeah.
Bring a big party up
there. Heck yeah.
Marmalade and everything. I was like, this is what he does. I was like, my gosh, because Alex and his family, they can peaches.
Oh,
so
wow.
They just did a big giant process, and so when I saw the peach preservatives up there, I thought about it. I was like, he should have came with us.
For real,
dang,
man.
that's tight. Where do you sell peaches at?
We just make them for the family.
Oh, okay.
We get them from this guy that we've been getting them from for years.
Okay.
And now we, instead of picking them, we just get boxes and
cool.
Just can them at my grandma's house.
Oh, nice.
And just split them. So,
yeah.
That's
cool.
Yeah. It's pretty cool, man.
Man, that's tight. I love peaches. I love like preservatives and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Well, yeah. You would love them. We used to do a lot more, but now we just do the peaches. My grandma does the preserves.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a little family get together.
Right.
Get people gossiping.
Yeah. That's
good
tight.
time. Yeah, it's, good times with the family.
Cool.
Just let everybody just meet, greet, and be merry. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
eat. But yeah, we were smelling other people's food. I was like, oh my gosh. And I guess they were saying something about, what's that smell? I was like, that's steak. I was like, that's somebody's steak on the grill.
Right.
But I'm telling you, they have
I was
all
like,
families.
they brought, and that's how we really should have like gone with the food. And you bring stuff for dinner, you have stuff for breakfast.
Right,
you have your pots and pans, everything that you need to cook in, and your utensils. But we had basically like lunch meats, breads, lunch foods more so.
S'mores.
But we were s'mores. We were able to make toasted sandwiches and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
you guys have some stuff. Yeah,
pretty cool.
Yeah, we had some stuff.
But yeah, so the weather was pretty decent, I think, all the way around as far as like that goes.
And it'll be pretty decent for the next few days, actually.
It's cooling down?
Yeah, it's cooling down for pretty much this week. Today will be a high of 88.
Oh,
a low of 66, and then Thursday 80, Friday 85, and then it jumps back up to 90 on Saturday and 95 on Sunday. But I mean, that's a little break. Right?
Yeah, that's
I think we'll take
break.
that.
We could start playing outside again.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we actually stepped foot outside. It was breezy last night too.
Yeah.
The sun went down. I was like, oh, this is nice. Open the windows and stuff. You know. Yeah.
Oh, it was nice. It was great. Yeah, really cool. It wasn't a strong breeze at all either. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I just said on my phone. There's 3 major hurricanes now.
Yes.
So Harvey's is ending. It's a tropical storm, and then Irma forming.
Hitting Florida,
it just hit the Caribbean.
Yeah, Florida, and the reason I know that is because a friend of mine had posted he's really worried about his daughter. His daughter is over there with her mom, and they're getting ready to get hit by that.
Oh, man.
And so he's.
Are they evacuating?
Wow.
Yeah, they already started evacuating.
I hear more people. Yeah.
And I believe St. Vincent was hit pretty hard.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Yesterday, I believe.
Already?
I was reading this morning. Yeah. It's already hit the Caribbean pretty hard.
They said Category 5.
And they don't. Yeah, and it's not stopping. It's not dissipating. It's if you look at the reports that they have, it's Category 5 from.
Oh my gosh.
From the water to where it's going to hit land. There's no.
Wow.
There's no
letdown.
Category 5, or was it a 4? But yeah, that was one
no,
of the
it was
most,
a 4.
most
Do you guys know
Katrina was a
the
4.
difference between the categories? I was looking at a picture on CSNBC.
I saw that.
And when it gets to Category 3 or even 2, it's a little
dangerous.
You want to start thinking about it. But Category 4, houses are being destructed.
Yeah.
What I was reading, it said St. Vincent. 3 of their major buildings, their major structured buildings have been damaged to beyond repair. So that tells you right there.
Wow.
5.
So I mean, if they're already evacuating Florida and they don't really know where it's gonna hit, that kind of tells you it's
such devastation.
And what's the third one?
There's
so it's got to be with the J because we got H
Jose?
for Harvey.
Was it Jose?
Jose?
I think that's what it was. The last one was Jose.
Where's he going? Gulf? Oh, they're all in the Atlantic. That's what it said.
Yeah, the French Interior Minister said 4 of the strongest buildings in St. Martin have been destroyed as Irma barrels towards Puerto Rico, and that's from CNN.com.
Thank you for correcting that.
Yes, no, that so yeah, that definitely did get some of those buildings, and she is moving. My goodness.
Wow.
The U.S. Navy is to evacuate 5,000. Irma is one of the most powerful Atlantic storms ever, and they're gearing up. So, it's
Wow.
Gosh, it's just such devastation. All these natural disasters. So and then we had fires here in SoCal. Fires out here, and I know Yosemite, the ones that recently touched Yosemite. Oh gosh!
I just read yesterday. I should have read it all the way. Someone posted it that someone was just playing with firecrackers. One of the fires in Southern California was just someone playing firecrackers. Yeah. Some kid. I mean, he was like younger than me.
Oh my goodness.
Like maybe early 20s or like 19 or something like that. Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
But they don't understand. They don't realize the risk. And they don't understand like the consequences of things like that. If they have nagging parents, they really aren't going to want to listen. They're going to want to do completely the opposite. So but hopefully lesson learned, and hopefully they're safe and nobody was like really badly injured. But I don't know. I say let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll hit our fun stuff.
All right, this break is brought to you by Laughs on the Ave. September 21st, be there. We got Jay Rich headlining. I got Terry Dorsey feature acting, and I will be hosting. It's only $5 at the door. Show starts at 8. See y'all when we get back.
Here at KXVS, broadcasting from Stone Tube Studios is the voice.
or visit adoptuskids.com.
And welcome back, everybody. Rise and Shine 209. We are your KXVS, the Voice of Stockton morning show crew. Marcellus Flores, your girl Ronnie, and Alex. And we have our special guest host today, Joshua David from Current Persona. And we've been enjoying his company and him letting us know what's been going on in his world and him just joining our conversations this morning.
Yeah, so, thanks for having me over here.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so glad that you're here. It's nice to be able to share, time with other people and, what's going on and stuff. So it's really good. So we're going to jump right into our birthdays and our horoscopes for everybody. So I want to first off give shout outs to anybody who have birthdays today. So if you guys know of anybody who has some birthdays, first off, I'm going to go ahead and say Anthony Vasquez. I worked on a song with him some time ago. So shout outs to you. Happy birthday. Spoonzito, happy birthday to you. My cousin had a birthday yesterday, Anthony K, but he's out in Berkeley. And then Bernice Griffin, happy birthday to you. Do you guys have any birthdays?
I do not. I ain't even search.
Okay, well, either way. So for anybody else who's having birthdays yesterday, today, and tomorrow, tomorrow, an old neighbor, but I still care for her, and I still am very fond of my neighbor that I don't live by anymore, but Debbie Grounds. So happy birthday to you. Yeah. That's going to be tomorrow. And then my cousin Mickey and Mike Montelion and AJ, Alamil, they're all going to be on Friday, so but they'll be coming up. So anyways, happy birthdays, happy birthdays, happy birthdays. So Virgos.
No birthdays.
It's your season.
No birthdays.
No birthdays.
Now, and this is Alex. Alex is a Virgo.
Okay.
He's our Virgo in the house. Now that you've had the chance to decide what's important and what's not, and now that you've come up with a list you're sure about, you'll want to make the results known to one and all. At the moment, you'll be most intent on lavishing your friends with praise, and heaven knows if you love them, they deserve it. If you want to reward them somehow, don't go shopping. Invite them over, sit them down, and tell them how you feel.
Again, once again.
Yes, tell us how you feel.
Once again.
Because we care. And it's a safe place to do that, for you to be able to vent and, express yourself, in company that, we care. Go ahead. If you got to let it all out.
Let it out.
Just let it out. That makes sense. It sounds good, but it's always not the case. And I'll tell you this, the reason why. I would say a lot of Virgos that I know, reserved, not really outspoken, and keep a lot to themselves. Mm-hmm. If you really want to hear what they have to say, it's usually not going to be that great.
That's okay.
Right, but not a lot of people want to hear that. So once it comes out, it usually gets felt 100 times more because you don't hear a lot from the person. So when it comes out, then
so
it gets
even more passionate.
Right, more powerful, or it can go either way. So a lot of people don't want to hear it. Some people do. So you just have to decipher when to say it. Yeah. Or just snap, and then
snap. I mean, the snapping part is inevitable.
Just snap.
But yeah, safe. It should be a safe space for people to talk. But some people just don't, regardless if they're friends or not, they just don't want to hear the truth. I think some people just don't want to hear the truth.
Well, if they're your friends and they know you and they know that's how it's going to be, then they understand.
Yeah, I think at some point they'll come around. People come around, and after, you're right. I hated you for like 2 weeks, but
pretty much
we're telling you the truth.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah,
because they got to process it too. That receiving end of communication, where then it's got to filter through all of their filters, and then they get back to, but he's my friend, and that's what it was, and that's how we felt, and like he's entitled to that. So yeah, okay,
right.
We're over it.
Yeah. I like
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, Aquarius.
Yeah.
So that was kind of you too, but I'm gonna read Libra as well because Libra is also you.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Are you two? Is he two? How's that?
Virgo Libra.
I'm on. I'm right in the middle.
Really?
On the cusp. I think another cusp. And
is it applied to me what you wrote? But
okay, great.
But I want to see the Libra one too. Yeah.
Okay, Aquarius. You have a lot to think about, and you need to do it before you speak to your boss, especially if they've been trying to get you to make a decision about that raise, promotion, or bonus. You're perfectly qualified. They know it, and you know it. All that remains is for you to go get your speech memorized before you actually march into their office. Of course, knowing you, that shouldn't be much of a problem.
Huh.
Sweet.
That's you?
Like it, yeah.
Yeah. When's your birthday?
February 18th.
18th. Okay.
So I'm on.
You're on the cusp too?
Yeah, I am, but
Okay.
I just go with Aquarius.
For the most part, yeah. Okay, Libra. From the moment your eyes open this morning, you'll be ready and willing to remove those rose-colored glasses you've been wearing for the past few days, even if it's just for a little while. Truth is, you'll find a happy medium between romance and realism now, thanks to a budding relationship with someone who you're absolutely sure you can trust, someone you already love to pieces. They may have something to say to you, by the way, so prepare yourself.
That's funny.
There you go.
Yeah,
Hopefully
I'm
they
a
both
Libra.
they both pertain to you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay, Leos, for all of us Leos out there. You're not famous for being cautious. In fact, you've often made light of loved ones who take too long making a decision. At the moment, though, you're thinking in terms of commitment on all levels and in all categories. And once you're sure, you'll act. In the meantime, don't let anyone shame you into moving faster than you want to. You know what's best. After all, you've been thinking this over for what seems like eons, right? Nice. So whatever that is, there you guys go. Those are your horoscopes. If you guys, brought to you by astrology.com. So if you guys did not hear your horoscope and are wanting to check yours out, you can go to astrology.com and look at daily horoscopes and find yours. So that's it for the birthdays and the horoscopes. I'm going to share with you guys the daily quote. So this comes from Louis L'Amour, and he is a novelist, and he wrote, "There will come a time when you believe everything is finished. That will be the beginning." I like that. There will come a time when you believe everything is finished. That will be the beginning.
That's pretty good. That's
I'm
pretty
Yeah,
just
I like
telling
that.
you,
It is
just
a good
like
one.
the
I like that.
beginning of the next phase
Yeah.
or next chapter. It doesn't stop here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's really good. So,
Always something more.
always.
Always, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I will give you the life instruction for today. It is, everything is interesting if you look closely enough.
It really is. You got to find that curiosity and that intrigue
Yeah.
in anything that you're looking
Yeah.
or paying attention to.
You guys did this weekend, right? Mushrooms.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, not just mushrooms, the trees, like how
Yeah,
they.
we.
It's so interesting how
I met
they.
a tree.
Yeah.
Met my first tree.
You
I don't
made
know,
a tree.
Deteriorate
Oh, you
within
met your first-
themselves.
oh,
Like,
wow.
Like
they
a
have
friend,
this
like a
sap
friend.
that like comes and oozes out of
Yeah.
them, and then they become
Wow.
what looks like
It was
these
pretty
burned and
pretty
charred
intense.
Yeah.
caves within them. It's very interesting how they do that. So yeah, but yeah, all this weekend
Wow.
and all kinds of things.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
even in anything, like just you got to find a curiosity and an intrigue, and everything can be interesting.
I think that's true for people too. Every person, you know. I have a best friend who's always able to, like within 5 minutes, you know, he's having like a deep conversation with someone, and I'm like, how do you do that? You know what I mean? Like he's always finding that one thing that
takes it
that
there.
you know, I'll walk in, I'll be like, wait, I want to hear more too. Like, hold on a second, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how he does it, but I wish I had. You know, it's like every person, you know, has something, a story or a little
Yes.
thing,
Yeah.
something
Yes,
that
they
makes them
do.
tick. You know. Yeah.
It's so true, but you're a people person. You
Yeah,
are.
for sure. Yeah.
So, but for him, it's just holding deeper
You just
conversation.
it's deeper, you know. Like, yeah, I don't know how like within literally, I've walked away for a second and come back, and they're just pouring their hearts out to him.
Oh
I'm like,
my goodness.
how did you guys get here? Like, what happened? Yeah, it's cool. But yeah, I think it's awesome that.
Do you ever get that where people just pour their hearts out to you? They just all of a sudden like they just feel like they want to talk to you.
I feel like we all have that person,
Yeah.
random person who came up to us and
Yeah.
spilled out
Yeah.
a bunch of
Right.
unnecessary information.
Yeah,
like,
you're
what?
like, oh, okay.
Right, oh, and he did what?
Right.
Like, I just need somebody to talk to, and I think I can approach you.
Yeah. For me personally, I like that more than the social, just random conversations of nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't do those. But the others, I can do that all night. So I think that's finding people that you can do that with.
Right.
Kind of builds insight to each other.
Absolutely.
Instead of just random conversations of whatever that makes no sense.
Right.
Yeah,
I think so.
like it. I think that works. I don't know. I don't have a bunch of people coming up to me, but I don't go out that much. So, but I know in like family settings and friends, I am the one that, can I just tell you this?
Right.
Oh yeah, the go-to person.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I need somebody to open up to, and oh, well, you're not going to say anything.
Some people just do.
Yeah.
You're not going to say anything.
That's
Some people do. Like, they have to like get stuff off their chest.
Yeah.
They'll tell one story 1,000 times to everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
One story, they'll tell you, they'll tell you,
Yeah.
with all the expression of that story. Like they take pleasure in telling people stories and
there are some people.
and talking and
they'll tell you again,
again,
like, well, you told me this already.
and then you'll hear it tell them to them and then to
them.
Yeah.
I think you got to be careful for people like that sometimes too, though, because then, especially if the story is on a negative, like, almost in a victimizing role, like they victimize themselves or they allow themselves to tell a story that has torn them down,
puts them in a place,
or broken them, somehow, and they continue to feed off the energy that they're getting from those who give. It's kind of like an emotional vampire or energy sucker.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, like, protect your energy.
You have to protect your energy because they will consume it and just drain you with their I want to call it a sob story, but it's like, why don't you change your story? What else is going on that's like, lifting you up and putting you in a better place? Like, well, what decisions and things have you done?
Well, I think helping tell that story to some people is like an outlet, it's helping them get over that. Even if it's a good or a bad, like I just literally have family members who will just, you're gonna hear about it, good or bad, you're gonna hear about it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
A little different,
it's
I
just.
think.
Yeah.
It's just that's what type of person that. See me, I don't like. I could go camping, come back and not tell a soul. Like, keep everything to myself. And like, I'm not telling you all the detail or all this, but there's some people who literally have to
like
tell you,
give their testimony.
Yeah,
they
that's what type of person, and they'll be on the phone for like hour and be talking to they're talkative people.
Yeah.
And I realize there's just people like that.
Right.
And me, I'm more of not that type of person.
Right.
Like I'm more. Keep it to my, you know what I'm saying? I could do things and people would never know. I went to San Diego. Half people didn't even know I left. You know what I'm saying? Come back. Social media didn't. I posted one picture. I'm real keep to myself type of person with my moves and my actions. But then there are people who are the complete opposite who just bow everything.
Tell you everything.
I'm kind of like that, actually. My fiance tells me sometimes, she's like, you shared too much. Sometimes they'll ask me stuff. They'll ask me if I can make something. Oh, actually, I can't make it because like they don't need to know all the reasons why you can't come. Like, just say you can't come. But I'm just like, I just like want people to know what I'm doing.
That communication. Because the more they know, it makes it a little bit easier for them to like
understand. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like
So my friend Melissa, she's texting and she wanted to just remind everybody how she was excited for the fact that she kidnapped us by finding that campsite and saying we're camping.
We're camping.
So,
we had no choice.
I was all down for it though.
Yeah,
I was down for it. So I was like, okay, either way, whether we were going to or not, I was game. So it was okay. But yeah, in a kind of a way, it was kind of a glamorous type camping because there were cots involved with little mattresses.
Yeah, we had cots.
She had cots and mattresses, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is awesome!"
Hey. Pillows and blankets.
I'm not used to that. I was ready to sleep on the ground.
I've never glamped, so I can't tell you. If
I would say that's the only glamp. No, they had restrooms with a little way we could walk away, and we didn't have to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like restrooms.
It wasn't bad. Yeah.
Showers.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I mean, you didn't have like a trailer or like a...
No, we didn't bring an RV or anything like that.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
We literally
like a generator and stuff.
Pulled the tent out. Well, no, when we go camping with my family, that's
you
how
bring
we
a generator?
go. Yes, we have generators. I'm talking like propane. You have so much that... I'm talking coolers for days because you have all kinds of different foods. You have like one for the breakfast foods and the one for these, one for the drinks.
Now, how long are you out there?
Couple days.
Okay, so it's just not overnight. I can see that.
Right. Because you know, you got your chairs, you got everybody's tents, you have everybody's sleeping gear, and then like whatever extracurricular activities you're doing. So if you're bringing board games, cards, dominoes, bicycles, if you're bringing like any kind of rafts or kayaks or, you know, so you have a lot of stuff that, you know, you take with you.
Wish we should have brought a kayak.
Yeah. I really want to try paddle boarding. I haven't done that.
What is that?
Paddle boarding.
Is that the
feet
one? Not like pedaling like a bicycle.
You stand up, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And so you just kind of, you just stand up and kind of paddle, and it's like better to do it in a lake. So if you got a nice body of still water, in a sense, it's not totally still because you still have boats out there and stuff, but you can find a nice little calm area where
a lake. Yeah,
I'm thinking about like in Italy,
the water doesn't move.
It's kind of like that, or like
those
in
romantic
Hawaii.
rides with the.
No, I think they have a long stick that they actually touch the bottom.
That's what. Oh, okay.
Oh, like in Italy.
They touch the ground.
Yeah, touch the ground.
That makes sense.
This one.
Yeah. That one's like rowing on, like you're just standing up, kind of.
Yeah, I do want to try that. But that seems pretty fun. I have like all these things I want to do now because
California has so many adventures. Adventures.
Oh
anything you want to do.
So diverse here.
It's out here. Like in the Midwest, we do not have all this. And
dang.
You guys have a huge playground of anything you want to do.
Anything.
I think if you like that
snowboarding, nature. You guys have so much nature, forest parks, river rafting, beaches. Like, it's not like you have one. Like, you know, out there we may have one spot. Like, this is our campground. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But over here it's like, no, you got options. Like, that campground. You know what I'm saying? This lake, anything you want is out in California. Like, they have commercials everywhere else in the states of California. You'll see people like sailing, river rafting.
That's
and
why everybody thinks
and then it'll be like, come to California. Like, you know what I'm saying? I believe I've seen the commercial living in California too. Like, it's a California commercial.
Wow.
Like it'll be all this vacation stuff, and then it'll be like
California life.
Yeah. Wow. Be like, come visit California.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
California.
Yeah. So I'm enjoying everything I can. You know,
we're in the Midwest.
We're looking to go zip lining
St.
soon.
Louis area.
Coming back when we stopped in
Southern Illinois.
Oh, okay. Dang.
Where's that at? Murphy's?
In Murphy's, we stopped through Murphy's because it was like a small town. We were hungry, you know, trying to, you know.
Murphy's got zip lining?
So there's like a Moaning Cavern thing, but Moaning Caverns is over in like Angels Camp area, but they have a different Mercer Cavern or Mercer something, but they have zip lines.
Wow.
And I didn't get a chance to go zip lining when I was out in Missouri in the Midwest. Actually, they have this really awesome zip line that I didn't get to go to, but they had zip lines out here, so I definitely want to go.
I've never
do
zip
that.
lined yet.
We should go. We should. Just, I'm telling you, I will.
Yeah.
Okay,
isn't it like super high up or something?
Yeah, and you link in and.
It's just the heights. That's what gets me.
You might be able to on your honeymoon.
Maybe.
That's the wonderful thing. So I don't know if your fiance ever gets to come out this way.
That
would be
she's
pretty awesome.
She's an adventure. She's been skydiving for one of her birthdays.
She's ready to do it all then.
Yeah, she's ready.
I'm not ready. That's like the top thing. Like, play with your life.
Right.
Play with your life.
Yeah. Skydiving.
Yeah. You can do anything after that.
See, I was hesitant towards climbing rocks because the little river, they have rocks you could climb around, big boulders, climb around over just to keep going.
Like big
right.
And I was like kind of scared because I'm scared of heights. But after I started doing it, after I seen her do it, I was like, I could do this.
I could do it. Yeah,
I started doing it, and I took myself some places where I never thought I would go. You know what I'm saying? Because you could get all the way up on the top of a huge boulder and be there, and then look down, be on the edge.
Oh, wow.
Like,
see, that's man.
especially
And then climb back down.
River is like right there.
Yeah,
and then it's like, you know, you miss one little and you just in the water or something. It's adrenaline rushing at the same time.
Cliff jumping.
It's so nice.
It's adrenaline rushing at the same time.
When you get up there, how do you get back down? You just go back down the same way?
Well, like we were fine. Look, sometimes there's trees like knocked over the rocks. Like we would have to walk over the dude. It was like you had to be creative on how you got across.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It was. Yeah.
So I'm really curious to know what happened on the first day of your school opening. Like, what was some of the things that kind of got you into laughter and thought it was really.
It was so we've been doing summer school all summer except for July. So we've had like a few students every day. So I've kind of was getting into that. It was like really chill. You know, I had like 2 students on Tuesday. But man, yesterday was like, my first student's at 10:30, but I had a trial student at 10.
Okay.
That I forgot about, and then I just had I had like 10 students like the whole day. So, and it was packed. Everything was packed. So I went to my regular spot, but someone was already in there. And so the first couple minutes we were like trying to find a classroom for me to go into. I was like, I forgot how busy it was at this school. And it was just funny because we have this year we have some returning parents who were with us a few years ago. So I taught their kid when they were like 6, but now they're like 9 or 10.
Oh, that's cool.
So they walk through the door. I'm like, this is not you. You're too tall. You know what I mean? You can't.
Yeah.
But no, it's been good, like a good kind of busy. You know, like the energy is like people are already excited. It feels like we're near the recital already. You know.
Very cool.
So yeah, no, it's been fun.
So where are they going to be performing once and when?
It'll be at the school. The recital's held at our school on Murray Drive, and it's at the end of so we have one every semester. So one in December, right before Christmas, and then one in May. And then December, May, we also have our theater performances too. So they're doing like a Shakespeare play.
Oh, that's cute.
This semester, and then next semester they're doing like a musical.
Do you know which one it is?
12th Night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's a little. They're pushing a little bit, like as far as the ability of the students. Like they really want them to stretch a little more, which is cool.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's learning. That's growth. You know?
Exactly. So do more classical. We are actually in need of more students. We usually have a huge musical theater class, but this year it's a little small. So we're reaching out to parents. So if anyone listening knows anyone or who's interested, it's grades 3 through 12.
Okay.
So if any kids want to act and learn how to sing and dance and stuff.
Musicals. That's amazing.
It would be awesome. Yeah.
I'm excited to hear all that and like to see what you guys are going to be doing down the road and what these students are going to end up coming out with and where they're going to go. So might hear what they're going to be doing down the road in their life.
Yeah.
And it'll
it definitely
be all
is rewarding.
because of Zion Academy.
We're hoping.
And
that's what we're going toward. It's fun.
Absolutely,
I mean,
absolutely.
Our oldest student now is actually a teacher he's not a student anymore, but he went to college and then he came back and started teaching with us, and his professor she was working with us for the past few years, like for free, doing our summer camps and then doing clinics with us as teachers, like how to teach better. And she kind of shifted where the school was going as far as our teaching direction and stuff, which is fun. She passed away of cancer a couple of years ago.
Oh, rest in peace.
And it was kind of sudden how it declined and everything. So that was, for us, it was terrible, but it was also a push. We're like, okay, well, we want to honor her legacy by pushing our students in the way that she was teaching us. And stuff.
Absolutely.
Which is it's really cool. I mean, every year when we start the school year, it's a little emotional because we think about how she used to help us get ready for summer and all that stuff. But yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool.
Very cool.
Nice.
Well, I'm sure she's still there with you in spirit and shining and smiling with all of that. So, this is all about our guests right now. So, I know you're our guest host, but we're going to move into like everything that you are and what you do and what you bring to the table as far as like your group. And you've already talked about your school. And that you guys work together, with your family and some of the students. But tell us about your music and like what you're doing in the community. So we'll get into that. We'll just take a quick little break, and then we'll come back, and then hopefully we can share some of that with our listeners as well.
Right, and this break is brought to you by. This one is the Finnegan Show, and as September 30th, it is a fundraiser for the Libertarian Party of San Joaquin County, and this is starting at 9 at Finnegan's Irish Pub, September 30th. There are tickets for members at $10. If you bring a person, you can get in for free, and if you're not a member, it's $25. But if you become a member, then again, it is free. And don't forget about September 21st, Laughs on the Ave. Be there. Thank you.
You're listening to the Voice of Stockton on KXVS.
Here at KXVS, broadcasting from Stone Tube Studios, is the voice of Stockton.
And we're back. Rise and Shine 209. It's your girl, Ronnie. And we're here with Marcellus Flores and Alex and our special guest, Joshua David from Current Personae. We're going to get into who he is and, you know, how he came into the whole scene and his band and everything. So welcome again.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us as our special guest host. And so now, give us a highlight. Give us, like, what it is. What is Current Personae?
Current Personae is it's like a community of musicians. So I would say it's a band, but we have a core group of like 8 members, and then we have a lot of extended family members. Because I'm a composer, so I do strings, you know, woodwinds, horns, and so we have people living in SAC, people in LA, and as far south as like San Diego, you know. So wherever we go, we have like a you know, a group of musicians that we can play with, singers, artists, you know, songwriters, all that stuff. Yeah.
So it's a group, so they can say they're a part of Current Personae no matter where they are.
Right. It's a collective. Yeah, and so yeah, no matter what, and we came up with the name because, you know, Personae is like a cast of people, so like it's just like these people that are here on stage right now. This is Current Personae. You know?
Okay, that
so
makes
it could
sense,
just be me and, you know, my bass player Alex, and then a bunch of different people.
Right.
But if we're doing, you know, CP stuff, then it's Current Personae. You know.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
I like how that concept took place, like you know, came out of it, and how you guys decided to call it that.
Yeah.
Because it's the current whoever's in it
exactly.
at the time.
Exactly.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, no, it's definitely it was our vision when we first named it. Because our first gig was actually opening for Anthony Hamilton when he came on.
Oh, lucky! That's my.
Yeah, he's dope. Like, and I didn't have a band at that point anymore. This was like after Sugar Water Purple, and like I was kind of in between. So me and my bass player came together and we formed this group. And it took us until after the gig to come up with the name. But we're like, well, we want something that reflects like it's you know, it's not just a set group of people, but like we have this big collective, and then that's how we came up with the name. You know?
It's so fitting.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh man. I remember seeing an extension of that, and over at the Brick
and Mortar.
Brick and Mortar, and you guys had quite an ensemble there. You know.
Was it Stockton Arts Week maybe? Oh yeah, that was fun. Yeah, we had all the string players there.
Yes.
And, horns
and the drum section. You had your choir. There was choir there as well.
Yeah. Oh yes. Oh, you're talking about at the school. Yeah.
Oh well.
We had a choir there. Yeah. You know. Yeah. You're right. And it was the Pacific Jazz Ensemble that sang with us.
Very extensive.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was so nice.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I really saw like what you guys really were able to do and like what it was.
Yeah.
So that was like pretty amazing. I was just thrown, and I couldn't help it. Like I had to like just stop myself just to be like, wow, this is good. It's nice to see this type of you know, composition and, you know, teamwork come together at such a level, you know, for the youth, for the youngsters too.
Absolutely.
That they're able to, you know, to just get out there and, you know, organize themselves, and you're able to get them together and be very organized and just moving through your pieces and your sets very professionally is awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, it was fun. It's always fun to do that. You know, that's my favorite thing. I mean, connecting with the other people. You know, and letting seeing their talents come out. You know, or drawing it out even more. Like
growing them.
Growing them and seeing them develop is a lot of fun. Yeah.
What's a highlight story that you'll never forget for anything that you've done as far as bringing somebody out of their shell and helping them have that aha moment? Oh, I can do this. Oh.
Yeah. Probably. I think it's always when I ever have string players with us, you know, violinists and stuff, because usually they wouldn't have done something like that before. Sometimes I get people who are like, yeah, I do this all the time, but most times they're like, I play classical and I grew up doing this and this, and so they do one show with me where it's like more on the Motown side, you know, and they're just like, I had your song stuck in my head forever. And then some of them are like, I started this project where, you know, me and some friends of mine are playing like, you know, different kinds of music together, and just because I just, you know, your stuff really inspired me. Like I love hearing that, you know, that they enjoy.
They were inspired.
Yeah, they were inspired by
motivated.
the music they played. Yeah. Because, you know, it's cool to have good music played, but it's not as fun if the musicians aren't really enjoying it. You know, like
it opens their mind to something different.
Yeah,
I remember going out to Tacoma, Washington, and this is when my military took me out there, but still in my Buddhist community. So in the Buddhist community, we have the youth and we get together. And so we branch off and do our activities, and we have our groups and stuff. So during time where we come to study, then we break off, and then those who are involved more in like drama and acting will go in their routes.
Right,
those who want to do like more of bunyakru, which is kind of basically they want to learn how to do like ushering and helping people get seated and you know learning those kinds. They'll do that. But me, I like to write. I like to perform like poetry or lyrics and stuff like that. So that was more my thing. So if there wasn't a group, I'd usually start a group because that's what I do. And then I can like teach people how to like write and express themselves and use it for, you know, those reasons and also for creative expression. And then, you know, those who are into the band and the music, and they'll go off and then they'll gather. Right. So out in Tacoma, I was very excited because, you know, I've had, I saw the opportunity where there's this group of people who are doing the music thing. Yeah. And, you know, I had spawned a little group where there was like a few of us that were doing writing. I was like, why don't we just put it together and have like a, you know, our own created beat. Right. And we'll just like flow with that. So so Dylan, you, wherever you're at, I'm thinking about you because you inspired me the day that we brought something together. And we're just like, okay, let's just do like a jam session. And just let everybody like rock out, but flow do more of jazz, you know, like a jazz flow. Well, he played the flute. Okay. And he never really did jazzy, you know, just kind of like where I'm just going to come create on my own and like just play how I feel to the whatever this beat is, you know, just bring it, just be creative and let that expression go and just that's your jazz, you know. And he did it. Wow. And he did it. He didn't know actually how to jump in. And I was like, you just play how you feel. And so he got into it, and his flute with his little pep. I was like, there you go. And like, it was like super inspiring because he was able to break out of the shell and out of his comfort zone and get jazzy, you know. That's awesome. It was amazing. Wow. So when you talk about growing people and opening their minds and then they're able to take what they've learned with you and take it into their own personal like they're watering it, they're fostering it, they're nurturing it within themselves because they enjoyed it so much. That I think is amazing. Yeah. So for you doing that for so many, I think is amazing. So hats off to you for that. Thank you.
Yeah, hats off for you, period, for teaching children. That's a rough job.
It can get rough sometimes. My first lesson of the year, of the official school year with one of my students, our first conversation was, okay, last semester ended on a not great note. I said, you know, it was just someone else like, you just have to decide what you want to do right now. Like, if you're going to work, you're going to work. Because the thing is that, you know, we, at the school, we like to push the kids, you know. Yes. We're not mean, obviously. Of course not. But even if they're 6, you know, we still, and they're playing like these little bitty pieces, you know, we make sure that they play it the best that they can, you know, that they understand as best as they can what like phrasing is, you know, little things like that. And so no matter what the age is, if they don't want to work, then that's an issue. You know, we got to work on that. And so, you know, I said, you know, you did okay at the recital, but I know that you can do better. Like, I've seen you do better. This was easy for you, and you just kind of glided by. So I was like, you need to decide right now that you're going to work, you know. Push yourself. Push, you know, and then we'll have a good time. Then we'll have a much better time this semester. And I think she heard me. We'll see. You know, we'll see as it unfolds.
How was it for you when you were playing violin and piano and stuff? Like,
I play piano.
Was your instructor?
Okay. It was, we kind of taught ourselves in the book, and then when we had questions, we raised our hand. Okay. He'd go over the scales in the morning time. Okay. As far as the songs and everything, we do the scale, and then
But did you feel pushed? Did you feel like they?
No, not at all. I was terrible. Like, at first, like I was flying by, like the beginning of the book. Yeah. Right. So like my first semester grade was cool, like a A. And then after that, I was like, this is like coming to class, sleeping every day. And he wouldn't even bother me. He'd just be like, wake up maybe once or twice. But I could sleep through the class, basically. And then that's when my grade went down. And then I was like, oh, snap, I need to raise my piano grade. So then I was knocking out the songs. I was like, boom, raise my hand, do the song for him, and then do my scale for him. And then he'd be like, check. And then check so many checks off a song in a semester. So if it's like semester, you have 10 songs done, like that's an A.
Right,
you know?
right.
So I was still kind of in the beginning part. So when I was knocking that A down, I was just like done. Next song, next.
Right,
and when I played the violin, I was in the 4th grade. It was easy. I mean, I didn't go past anything intermediate, or I was pretty average on violin. You know, I didn't even learn too many strings. I just learned to 1, 2, 3rd string. Played on that. Okay. Because that's like the beginning, so, you know.
Right.
And then we had our tape on the violin. We practiced by plucking. Bling, bling, bling.
Right.
You know.
Okay.
Played recorder, and I was in chorus. I was in chorus all the way up until 7th grade.
Oh, okay.
So that was something I did.
Oh,
I'd have my solos. You know, I'd step out, have my solos, all that, chorus.
Singing and stuff?
Yeah, so I was always a part of all that stuff. I was in drama class, too, my junior year.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I was always into arts.
Yeah.
Not only singing and playing instruments, but
drawing
too.
Oh, drawing stuff.
Art, clay.
Visual art and stuff.
Yeah. Clay, you know, not only art, all the arts in sports and stuff. That was my alley. Art, sports, singing,
right,
all that.
That's cool. I've always wanted to act. That's something I've always wanted to do too.
What's that?
Art.
Acting?
Yeah.
Like
I always see that as something I could. You know, it's one of those things where you think you could do it if you
put yourself to it.
It's like now at this point I'm like, I'm just gonna let my music career
it's all
take me
about
somewhere and then cross over. You know,
it's all
like
about all about expressing ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you could do it through instruments and through acting and drawing, and you know, it's a lot to express.
And it helps you kind of get through like some, like, I don't want to call it stage fright, but being comfortable like in the presence on stage with other people too, and you know learning how to flow things naturally, like when you have those skits. And then you're just running through, and it's like, you know, practicing and trying to make it, you know, come alive. You know, that's always a fun thing. One thing that I always kind of, I had fun with, but, you know, like kind of like a, you know, your ad libs, or when you're getting on stage and you just kind of, you know, you're, what's the term for it? Or you just go and you're like
you're like improving.
There you go. I was thinking ad libs, but improving.
Yeah.
So getting up there, and that was really interesting. Those, because you never know what people are gonna say.
It's pretty funny.
You never know what people are gonna say, and like how you're supposed to like feed off of that. So those are always fun.
Have you guys ever been to an improv show?
No, but I would love to go, because I see like Drew Carey and like
Whose Line Is a New Line?
I love that show.
I've been to one at
That's
Delta.
like my favorite. One of my favorite
Whose Line
shows.
is my favorite show though.
I'm not gonna lie, they're pretty boring to me. I'm sorry.
Really?
Improv is so yes. I do. I go to open mics and they'll have like improv groups, or I'll go to an improv
open
mic.
Not prepared, that's a little different.
Well, no, these are professional like improvs. Yeah, like they run improv theaters, like they have improv classes. You know, and they'll go up there and do it, and they could be in a group. And they'll be like, "Give me a topic, pickles," you know, and they'll go off and make a story. It's interesting to watch, but as far as entertaining,
You can't really
like that. You know what I'm saying? If you're into that, and that's like, oh, you're having fun with the group, you're feeding off their energy, you could be entertained. But
like
as far as like, am I gonna pay?
Right, just to sit and watch you. But
no,
I hear you.
No, thank you. No, thank
it's
you.
Like baseball, it's like a more better participant than just to be a
But
spectator.
I'm sure there are improv groups that I could enjoy, and you know, like that. But the ones I've seen
and participate in,
it's like, why would you?
Well, there's a guest recently. Or they'll find those that are closest related to their own authentic ethnic stories.
Oh, wow.
And then they'll get actors and performers together and perform it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and or they'll write their own and perform their own.
Wow.
Very
wow.
interesting.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool how they
I can
can
totally
write their
see you
own.
guys fused with that, with them,
For sure.
like while they're telling their story and then having some ensemble going on with like background music. I can
Absolutely.
hear that totally.
That's the first thing I thought about once he started talking about what he does. I mean, that seems like a
I was like, oh yeah, y'all need each other's
we have
business
fun with
card.
it. Yeah. I would love to get in touch. We used to do that with the Pierce Theory Poetry Slam. Back when we had Sugar Water Purple, once a month we would just their guest artists, their guest poets would come and they would have us they would give us a few words and then we just
go on with
groove with something, and then go. That was like the most fun thing to do in college. Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, I would love to do that.
So when did you get started with creating the current persona? Like when did that happen? So how long have they been around?
We've been around since 2013.
Okay.
And we formed because Randall Ogans was putting together the Black History Month
Shout out
events.
to Randall.
Yeah, shout out to Randall. He's the man. Like he hooked us up. He hooked Sugar Water Purple up with the NDRE gig, and then he hooked me up with the Anthony Hamilton. And he just asked me. He was like, "Do you have a band still? I know you don't have Sugar Water Purple anymore." I was like, "Yeah, I mean, I can always do something. I don't have like an official
somebody,
band."
yeah.
Contact somebody.
So then he was like, "Okay, well, October, whatever date it was, I want you guys to open for." I mean, it was February because Black History Month.
Oh yes. Mm-hmm.
And then for Anthony Hamilton. Yeah, and so I talked to my bass player Alex Urbano, who owns Papa Herbs, Papa Herbs Grill here in Stockton, and we got our musicians, which some people from Sugar Water Purple, and then some people from his old band, Tipping Point. And I like wrote 3 songs. We already had one song that I wrote, and then I wrote 3 songs just to fill in the set. It was like really quick. Like Say Baby Say was one of them that I wrote just for the show. And after that we were like, this could just be a group, because it was cool.
So
like,
you just kind of kept it.
We just like, let's just keep it. Yeah, and Anthony Hamilton really loved it. He came and talked to us afterwards. He was like, "Are you signed yet?" Because I was like, "Man, no," but I appreciate that you like the music. So, so then we just decided to stay, and then we kept expanding from there. Nice. And then our first album, we featured another rapper / like he's like he does a lot of freestyle singer and stuff too.
Okay.
On one of our tracks, and that kind of expanded us even more because
what was his name? Do you know?
Austin Antoine.
Oh, okay.
And he's dope. I mean, he's in a band called Jumanji, and he does his own solo stuff. He's amazing. Like
shout out to Antoine and Jumanji.
Yeah, shout out to Austin Antoine, dope rapper, freestyler, all that stuff. But that kind of continued. Once we worked with him, we realized we can really make Current Persona like a big thing. So now we even have musicians on the East Coast. So if we ever did a shows over there, we can hook up with.
Call them up and say, hey.
Yeah, call them up, be like, hey, I'm out here.
These are the pieces we're gonna do.
Exactly.
Work on these.
Yeah. So it's cool, and it's like it's a nice conglomerate.
I really think so.
Yeah.
I don't hear too many groups that do things like that, where they actually have people on standby. I mean, other than sometimes they have cover bands.
Right.
Sometimes have people who are on standby,
understudies and stuff.
Yeah, so
right.
Wherever they're going in the country, if so and so couldn't join them, they'll just call up the person who's out there who can do the stand and fill in.
Right.
So hearing that on a level of that they're actually just part of the group.
Yeah.
Not just because they're on standby or whatever, but they're part of the group. Hey, we're in your area, you're coming on now,
right.
kind of thing. Yeah, I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, we call it our extended family members. So
since 2013, so you're going 4 years strong.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we're working on our full-length album, which is the CP Universe. That's what we're calling it. It's like everyone, everyone who's been involved up until this point is on the album.
What does CP stand for?
Current Persona.
Okay.
Current Persona Universe. Yeah. I took that name from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I like that concept of the hero, the whole franchise thing. That's what I wanted to do. So
nice.
That's what the album is.
Very
all the heroes are coming together. For this one album, which is cool.
Okay.
Well, I'm thinking maybe if we have some of the music in place, maybe we could take a break. And for those who are tuning in to the KXVS, the Voice of Stockton morning show, Rise and Shine 209, you guys can catch the music on Simple Radio and Tune In. So if you guys are tuned in on the Tune In app and or Simple Radio, you guys will be able to catch these tracks real quick and hear what that's all about. So we'll be right back, and I hope you guys enjoy.
All right, and we'll be right back. Brought to you by Laughs on the Ave, September 21st. Don't miss out, people. Your own comedy show here in sunny Stockton, California. That's going to be on the Miracle Mile, located at the Ave, September 21st. Only $5. We got hilarious Jay Rich headlining and super funny Terry Dorsey feature acting. All right, see you when we get back.
Did you know one gas lawnmower emits about the equivalent of 40 late model cars? From the Valley
.com. Autism Speaks.
You're listening to the Voice of Stockton on KXVS.
And we're back, everybody. Welcome to Rise and Shine 209 KXVS Morning Show, 92.1 The Voice of Stockton with Marcellus Flores, Alex, and your girl here, Ronnie. And we're with our special guest, Joshua David. And so he's with Current Persona. However, he also has a solo album. So I'm going to share this with you guys when you get a chance, when these cameras come our way. But can you tell us, just a little bit? We were talking on the break. So I recently ran into him. My name is Miriam, and I am this is his solo album. So if you guys find it, Joshua David and basically, I ran into him at the Deliberation Room here in Stockton. So my sister wanted to go out, and I thought, yeah, sure, I'll go out with you. Well, we were sitting in the booth way in the front of the establishment, and I hear music in the background. And you know me, I'm like, music. I was like, either I was one, gonna just go dance, or two, I saw that it was a live band. I was like, oh, even better. I could just sit and enjoy the band. So music will always draw me, in whatever direction that it's playing, because I'm curious like that. I'm always intrigued and interested in everything in life. And when I hear music, I'm like, oh, where's that coming from? And, I don't really just like to sit in a bar and just kind of chill. That's not my thing, really. I'd rather just go. If I'm dancing by myself, that's fine with me. So Right. So, sure enough. And then there you were. And I was like, hey, I get to run into you again. So that was pretty awesome. So you were with your group, Current Persona. Yeah. And are they part of this album particularly? They are. So if you guys can see this one, I'll show you here.
Yeah, the main people who are on that album were mostly at Deliberation Room. We had a couple of people that our drummer that evening wasn't on the album, but he's just become one of our other drummers, Bobby Jones. He's really good. And we did mostly those kind of gigs. We do mostly covers, do like 90s jams, and we flip like alternative songs, and all that stuff. But
so like neo soul, funk,
jazz. Yeah. Sometimes we'll take like a Sixpence None the Richer or like a song or whatever and flip it. But those are fun. But
so that's his. So tell us about this one here. This solo.
So this one, I just wanted to do something that was really close to the chest. So like I had Current Persona, but I was like, I want to do a project that's just me, and this one is just me and Alex, and then my friend Mark on guitar. I played drums and did keys on this one. And this album was inspired by a girl who's now my fiance.
Oh, nice.
I wrote the first track on here. I wrote after I met her face to face for the first time. And
now it's called Hot Damn.
It's called Hot Damn.
How cute. That's so cute.
It was, even at the time I wrote it, I didn't understand what, like, I had a crush on her, but I didn't know where it was going to go. And she's from South Africa. She happened to be in the Bay, and we had been friends on Facebook for a while because of our parents do similar work, and they were working together. And so, we met in Oakland, and I realized that I had a bigger crush on her than I thought. Nice. And so the rest of the songs kind of came, through that journey. And then the last track I wrote after we got together officially. So
In Your Borders.
Yeah.
Nice. Because that was over there.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh,
so
nice.
So I was able to go there and see her, and a couple times now.
South Africa. Yeah.
How
was that?
It was. I love South Africa.
Yeah.
Like I could see myself.
One of my favorite comedians is from South Africa. Trevor Noah.
Oh yeah. That he's funny. I love stand up. Like. And they love him over there too.
They do.
They see him as like someone who really like made it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We should have Trevor Noah come out here and do a show here in Stockton.
That's gonna be a pretty penny.
Yeah. Just him.
I mean, if I met him and I directly like we were cool and he may do But as far as like hitting him up off a stranger knows, he's gonna want to check.
Oh, but that's okay.
He's gonna want to
check.
That's okay because you never know what networking and he might want
he's gonna need to be booked into the what's the dome, the stadium.
Yes.
That's
what I was thinking.
Not that.
I was thinking like having him like at the arena or Bob Hope Theater.
Yeah,
someplace.
He probably does.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, he could pack it out.
He probably has already one of the two.
You can see. Yeah.
Why not? I'm curious to know who this person is that you guys are talking about.
You don't know who it is.
He's on the Daily Show now.
He's very. He knows like 12 languages.
I
He's
believe it.
South African, but he's mixed, black and white.
Yeah.
So he's
a lot of South Africans are white, actually.
But so growing up, it was hard for him to grow up in what would they call it? The town. The
the town he was living in. I don't remember what town he's living in.
But it's very racist over there. So there are races
Really?
between light skin and black.
Oh my
so
gosh.
Growing up with his family, he couldn't. He stayed with his black side of his family, but like he couldn't even be caught with them because it was that racist.
It's so interesting.
It's super racist out in South
Yeah.
Africa. So it's like you have your this side and you have your this side of people, and they're separated, and then they put all the black people in this area, and they call it something.
Apartheid? Is that what you're talking about? Or the place where they, or, because I know a lot, well, the thing is that, officially apartheid isn't in place anymore. It fell in 1992, but
that's good.
But there's still some of the effects of it, like just like geographical things.
Oh
or
yeah, how
certain
it was set up and they
that-
didn't
right.
change it.
So
So
black.
the mentality's still kind of there.
Yeah, right. There's still it's a lot of that. Like a lot of Black South Africans have to commute if they if they work at a certain place, a pretty far distance because only certain places were in certain areas, stuff like that. So there's still they're
Kind of like how it is over here.
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I mean it's new. I mean there's still a young government, their new government and everything. But yeah, Trevor, he has a book he wrote about like growing up having a white parent and a black parent.
It's a Netflix documentary on him. So that's what I watched, and I seen his life and how he made it out. And dude, he's young too. He's like what, 26, 24, something like that.
Yeah, I'm
young guy, doing big moves, knowing all those languages. He's just really smart.
Yeah.
He's really smart
Well,
kid.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So that one, this whole album then is just inspired.
It's all it's dedicated to her and
Let's see. We have dedication on the inside.
Ooh, uh-oh.
I almost caught it, but I would have snagged my own freaking my own head. I already hurt myself enough this weekend. I like scrubbed really hard.
Dude, I seen it. It
I've
was like
done
bloop.
enough.
Oh, no.
It was like
Okay. Well, I don't see it, but that's okay.
Yeah, the style of this one is more on the kind of like the funk's like soul side.
Okay.
Than Current Persona. Current Persona I think is more, it's soul, but this one has more of like that old school vibe to it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, just the way it's mixed, and at the press recording studio.
Oh, nice.
By Matt. Shout out to Matt Young. But I wanted that vintage kind of sound, so he really gave that to me with this one. And it even reflects, I think, in the artwork. My sister did the
and
artwork.
the artwork, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
my little
nice.
sister Leah.
Nice,
She I wanted it just to look. I
And
wanted
those
to feel
colors
like the 60s.
they did,
and,
yeah. They
So
used
she gave me
a
that
lot.
feel. It was
Very
perfect.
nice.
Yeah.
Well, it's a great collaborative work as far as artwork, putting the album together. I'm definitely looking forward to the sound
it
to
is.
check that
Thank you.
out. So
Yeah.
so we're just gonna get ready to wrap up here. It's Wednesday, September 6th, and we are happy to have Joshua David here of Current Persona, and he also has his solo. We have Laughs on the Ave, and we also have the Libertarian Party of San Joaquin County that will also be featuring a comedy show by MF Comedy, hosted by MF Comedy.
That's
Marcellus
September 30th,
Flores.
the Libertarian Show, brought to you by MF Comedy. And the Laughs on the Ave is the 21st. That's a Thursday, and that show starts at 8.
And we also have our Zion Academy.
Yes, Zion Academy of Music, September 25th at Warlow's Tossed and Grilled right here on Miracle Mile. Check out some jazz and buy some food. 20% of the proceeds go to the school. So.
Sweet. And then tonight you could catch me at the Cactus Bar in North Lodi at the Cactus Open Mic. It should be fun. I have some new material, so come check me out. Try my new stuff. It's gonna be a good time. That show starts at 9. And yeah, I believe that's all. Most importantly, Laughs on the Ave, y'all. September 21st. That show's gonna bang. That show's gonna be hilarious. And it's only $5. So hit me up on Facebook if you guys can't afford that and want to get on the guest list or whatever. But hit me up. All right, y'all. Love you. Rise and Grind, Stockton 209. Wow.
KXVS 92.1 coming soon.